Shir HaShirim Asher Lishlomo.
Every year, on the intermediate Shabbat of Pesach, we read Shir HaShirim, which is the Song of Songs. One of the 5 Megillot to be read aloud during the year. The other 4 books are Esther, Lamentations, Eicha, and Kohelet. This sacred scroll was deemed important enough by the ancient rabbis to warrant a public reading. Given that this book is filled with erotic love poetry, the question would seem to be, why was it included in the 5 books that were to be read aloud every year? One of the explanations is that the text of Shir HaShirim is seen as an allegory, with the bridegroom being God and the bride being Israel or the Jewish people. Rashi presents a detailed analysis of every verse and how it relates to God's relationship to Israel. God's love for the Jewish people is exemplified by God's taking us out of Egypt. So one could say that the love relationship between God and the Jewish people began with the Exodus, the story that we tell every year on Passover. Rambam states that the highest form of a relationship between a human being and God is based on love. So, this love poetry of Shir HaShirim was not only important enough to be included in the Tanakh, in the sacred writings, but also should be read during Pesach. I think there's another explanation of why Shir HaShirim was included in the Tanakh, in the other important books that were to be read aloud during the year. Judaism is a religion of the whole person, our entire being, who we are, what we think, what we eat, what we wear, what we drink, what we do, should all be consistent with God's teachings as outlined in the Torah. But human sexuality is also a part of who we are as a human being. Let's face it, a significant amount of text in the Torah deals with whom we can and cannot have a sexual relationship. Clearly, I believe this is meant to indicate the recognition that sexuality is a part of what it means to be a human being. So maybe the ancient rabbis understood that it was important to acknowledge this part of our humanness by including it as one of the books to be read aloud during the year. And given that springtime is the season that's most associated with love, with birth, with renewal, it seems to me that it's no accident that this book was chosen to be read during the holiday most associated with spring, which is Passover. Allegory? Or just good old-fashioned love poetry? You read it and decide. Shabbat Shalom.
Shir HaShirim Asher Lishlomo. Yishakeni min shikot pichu. Ki tovim dodecha.